Guys, and today we are here with my round 7 in the Undercity Colosseum tournament, and today we are playing green-black mid-range, and it's a matchup, but it's kind of a confusing matchup because I think it's favoured. I think my Drake's deck is generally gonna beat the green-black deck, but green-black's one of the decks where it never makes it easy. If you have a bad draw, green-black will punish you, and yeah, I think it's one of these decks where you never feel comfortable playing. So it was always gonna be a tough battle, but as you can see from this opening hand, we are missing red, and we only have 2 lands, but I mean we have a lot of draw spells in hand, so the chance of us hitting into stuff we want is pretty high. So let's see how it goes. Yeah, so I mean I get to be on the play, which is nice. Always appreciate being on the play. And generally, I found versus green-black, the thing you want to avoid is if you can kill their wild growth walkers, you can just beat them fairly comfortably. But if you let them wild growth walkers get out of control, as you saw in my first time I played green-black, things tend to go south very quickly. We do manage to hit a red source, even get to bin a radical idea, so that was pretty nice there. So hand has kind of worked out so far. Sure enough, my opponent does have the turn 2 wild growth walker, but we have the lava call ready to kill it. There's an argument there probably for not killing it and just saving the entrancing melody for it, but I think get them gain the life can be a bit rough, and there's generally better stuff you can steal using entrancing melody anyway. And for instance, a Midnight Reaper is a pretty nice one to steal. Right now though, we're just gonna play the Drake. Let's see if our opponent has the Chupacabra for it. And they actually don't, surprisingly, which is a shock. But unfortunately, they do have the cast down. But yeah, I was for a minute there, I thought it was actually going to survive. But yeah, like I said, not really too much going on here right now, so we're just going to steal his Midnight Reaper. He doesn't run anything too spicy via like Doom Whisperers or anything, so there's nothing really too much better to steal it for, except for this Wild Growth Walker would have been nice. Luckily, he doesn't seem to have the Branch Walker to deal with it. So right now we're just kind of digging for more action. There's a lot of land we've been right now. We got kind of flooding out a bit, but it's not the end of the world. We still have this double radical idea to hopefully find us into more action. And well, not the action I was looking for. Let's put it that way. We're kind of looking for more Drakes, more Phoenixes, and our Niv Mizzet. They're kind of the things we're after because he doesn't seem to have a Chupacabra. There's a Vraska. Not too worried about that. If he minuses, I do get to draw a card. And he does minus, and of course now I've got a shock in my hand to finish off that Vraska, so that was a pretty good trade for me. But as you can see, my hand is looking pretty dry of action right now. So I'm kinda desperately trying to find these Phoenixes or some other way to close out the game fairly quickly. I was thinking here whether I should cast the shock now or whether I should wait for my turn to try, because if I dig into some Phoenixes I might need a third spell. But I decided ultimately to go for it now. We draw into another radical idea, so right now I'm just kind of trying to flip over some Phoenixes. Don't manage to hit one this turn, but I mean we're going to get 2 more radical ideas here. Flashback, so we'll see what happens. And unfortunately it's more land. Yeah, we did have a, you could say, minor flood at this point. I think I start counting lands at some point here. When you see me hover over my graveyard and counting lands, you know that's when I'm in troubled times. But we do find some action there, although shock and dive down aren't particularly too impressive. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 lands, which wasn't exactly where we wanted to be. Let's put it that way. But with Charter Course, we hit double Arclight Phoenix as my opponent plays a Carnage Tyrant. So the race is still technically on at this point because our opponent doesn't seem to have any Explore creatures for that Wild Growth Walker. So we get to smack our opponent for 8 here with the double Phoenix, and we get to keep the dive down up for any Vraska's Contempt. So the game's not over. The game is, despite the massive flood, I wouldn't say we're favoured, but we definitely can win this game. It's winnable, especially if we hit another Phoenix or something off the top. But let's see what our opponent does. This is a big turn. Depending on what our opponent does, we either win or lose this game. And unfortunately, it's finality. So yeah, I think we're going to lose this game. Let's put it that way. we need like to rip like charter course or discovery off the top of our deck here to just try and get these Phoenix back and recur them. But I think our opponent does make a minor misplay here. They decide to put the counters on the Carnage Tyrant over the Wild Growth Walker. I think they'd want that to keep around instead. But we don't want to shock, and then we're going to have to chump with our Arclight Phoenix, assuming our opponent doesn't have removal. They do have removal, so this game is over. So that was round one, but I did the traditional sideboard in tech where, I bought out the Phoenixes, bring in the full control package, and I do think I am very favoured postboard. Like I said, they can't punish you, but I think, I did it last time versus Green Black where I lost round one and then I won round 2 and 3. So we'll see what happens. I'll see you for game 2. And surprise, this did not go well. I kind of messed up and I forgot to hit record for the first couple turns, but as you can see by my hand slash board, yeah, this was a mulligan to 4. It was not even a particularly close mulligan to 4 either. It was like, I think it was a 1 lander with like no coloured mana. Like I only had 1 colour and then it was like a 0 lander. Then it was like a 6 lander or something. I don't know. I remember I can't remember the exact hands, but I do remember vividly that the first 3 hands were definitely mulligans. And this hand was like 2 lands of Goblin Electromancer and a Radical Idea or something, so I had to roll with it. But yeah, it was mulligan to 4, so I'm not really going to talk too much about this. We don't really have too much going on in our hand, I know. To win this game, we need to do stuff like Crackling Drake, Crackling Drake, Crackling Drake, Crackling Drake. So, yeah. I could Entrancing Melody this turn, but I think at this point, I'm so far behind. What I need to do is let him get some counters on this Wild Growth Walker, and then steal it, and then hope he has no answers to his own Wild Growth Walker. So, that was kind of my game plan, not Entrancing Melody that turn, but I'm debating whether it's right to shock his Branch Walkers. Decide it's probably not worth it, it's probably best to just get rid of the shock and try and dig into some Crackling Drakes or something. And opponent smacks me for 3, but it's not the end of the world. Like I said, we do have this Entrancing Melody, so that's a nice 2 for 1 at the very least. So, the game might not be over. You've got to always play it out, even though if you do mulligan low. It does happen occasionally, and it does suck, especially in tournament. I wasn't there best pleased. But yeah, sometimes these things just happen, and yeah. As you can see, we're already pretty far behind on board. We have no action in hand. We're 4 cards down on our opponent. We're lava coiling out with desperation. I think we have been in better situations in my Magic career. But like I said, if I rip into, say, a Ral Zarek or Crackling Drake, maybe I can get something good. Opponent's just kind of playing the 2 power creatures, so all is not lost. There's a Vivian Reed though, so yeah, I think at this point it is pretty much Ral Zarek. Yeah. And it's not, it is a Electromancer. So we are 5-7-9, we're dead on board if our opponent has removal. No, 3-5-7, we're not dead on board, my bad. So he hits a Chupacabra, and I'm starting to think my outs are like nothing at this point. I need a Star of Extinction and I don't run them. So even if we did run Star of Extinction, we don't have the lands to cast it. So actually we do, we would have had the lands because of the Electromancer. So Star of Extinction maybe would have saved us there. But yeah, we are very dead here. There's a Crackling Drake, we can play it and then it'll immediately get killed by his Vivian Reed, but it does draw us a card at the very least. And land. So can't really think of an out at this point, but you never know. Your opponent might misplay, they have a Playcrafter, and we're just dead on board here. I think I might just concede. I won't say prematurely because I don't think I actually have an out, but I don't think I stick around for too long here because to be fair, I think I stick around for my draw step if I remember correctly. Tried not to tilt off too badly, and it's a land, so I just concede. So yeah, that was the thrilling conclusion to the round 7 there. Pretty disappointing, obviously. Never happy mulligan into 4, and we did have that flood in the first game as well, which was pretty annoying. But these things happen. Magic is a game of variance, and of course variance happens. And that takes us to 4-3. And I'm not sure if I'm actually still in the tournament. I'm not sure if it's got an elimination. I think there's 9 rounds of Swiss, but I think that might only be if you're still in contention, and I don't think I'm in contention anymore. So I'm not sure if I'll play out the last couple of games. I'm kind of off this deck. I've played a lot of Is It Drakes over the last tournament, plus just casually and new cards and new expansion and all that. And after not being in contention, I'll probably just stick around and see if I get matched up with a friend for the next round. And if I do, I'll play it out. And if I don't, I'll probably just drop out from the tournament at this point. But it was a fun tournament. Props to Cucho, Holy, and the other guys who ran it. They've done a good job. I mean, it was like 200 people. 9 rounds of Swiss is no joke, so it was pretty impressive, and I did have a lot of fun playing it. Just a shame that this had to be the way it ended, but yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you later.